Hello, everybody. I've got a great question from a member of the Linchpin community today about a struggle that a lot of people have regarding double unders. So I figured it would make sense to share that with everybody. So let me read the question. This was Megan's question, which was posted in our private Facebook group. Here it is. This came up after the classic CrossFit workout Annie, which is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 reps for time of double unders and sit ups. So Megan posted, at what point are you efficient enough to do double unders in an actual workout? I was able to do my first workout with double unders RX'd, and that was Annie this last week, in under 9 minutes, and it was a huge accomplishment for me. I'm hoping it wasn't a fluke. I've been working on them for 3 months now. So my question is, at what point is somebody efficient enough to do double unders in a workout? I can now consistently do 20 to 25 unbroken, and I'm hoping that's consistent enough to start doing them in future workouts. Side note, I got a PR of 35 unbroken double unders today, and I started with 2 back in July. So that's very cool. And I know double unders is something which a tremendous amount of people struggle with. So first of all, I mean, a 9 minute time on Annie's fantastic. So I would say that Megan is 100% good to go with her ability to do double unders and put them into a workout just from that one metric right there. But getting back to her question, how many do you have to have before you're proficient or consistent enough to put them into workouts on a regular basis and all that stuff? There is no one rule that I can say, okay, if you can do X amount of double unders, then you have the secret CrossFit blessing and you can now do double unders in all your workouts. I remember, it also just depends on how stubborn you are. I was relatively stubborn, and I remember back in the day, like 2009, 10, I'd be doing the filthy 50s in my garage, and I would be doing relatively well on the entire workout, getting a decent time, and then it ends with 50 double unders, a skill which I really did not have. In the final 50 double unders would take me on a good day 10 minutes to get 50 double unders, which is an average of 5 double unders a minute. And I would just sit there furious, whipping the rope around, whipping my legs, cussing at the top of my lungs until just, I mean, that's not an efficient way to do it. I did that by little by little until my average went from 5 double unders a minute to 6 to 7 to 8 till I finally got double unders. But you don't have to do that. But just, that's an extreme example. But the other side of the coin is if you have single unders, which is a very common substitution, right? Like, oh, you don't have double unders, just do single unders, which is it's good. But if you have single unders and you have single unders all day long, you don't really need to do more single unders in a workout. It's a skill that you already possess. At some point in time, and probably before you feel totally ready, you're going to have to just dive into workouts with double unders. And what you're going to do is see your times get a bit worse because you've been doing a modification, a substitution, you've been doing single unders, a skill which you're already competent at, and now you've decided to up the ante, to up the challenge with a bit of frustration as well, tax your central nervous system, your coordination, accuracy, agility, and balance. You're going to have a bunch more trips, and whatever these old times are that you have a lot of pride in that were done with single unders, well, now you're going to post worse results for a while, but that's okay because that's part of the process. And I would also encourage you, if you need something for your mentality so that it doesn't pain you to see your times get worse, if you do workouts with single unders for a while, and then that day comes that you decide, I'm going to start doing double unders no matter how long it takes, it's an entirely different workout. Entirely different. So you cannot compare the two times. So even if that your time is quote unquote slower with the introduction of double unders, I would argue that it's not. That it's a brand new metric, it's a brand new workout, and therefore, as a matter of fact, it's a PR because you've never done that workout that way before. So you establish a new benchmark that day that you switch from single unders to double unders, regardless of what the clock says. Okay, so here's what you can do to try to get better at double unders, establish some consistency, and then put them into the actual workout. We all have these amazing devices these days, these amazing coaching tools on us. They're called cellular telephones, mobile telephones, wireless telephones, smartphones, if you will. They all have incredible cameras on them. Get yourself a little tripod, do something, film yourself doing double unders, both in regular speed and slow-mo, and you've got all the data you need. Upload that to your laptop or whatever it happens to be, or keep it on your cell phone. Basically, do a little comparison. There's countless great double under coaching videos on CrossFit, on YouTube, everywhere that you need to find them. So call one of those up, tips, tricks, things like that, points of performance, and then you can watch somebody do them who's spectacular at them. You can have your image of you on video right next to it on the same screen. Stop frame by frame, go slow-mo, and you will be able to see what is it that you don't look like the person who's amazing at them. Where are you deviating from that ideal form? And pinpoint the 1, 2, 3, whatever points of performance it happens to be that you have now identified are making your double unders inefficient, chaotic, whatever it happens to be. Now, what I just said there, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort to film that, to get us a little side-by-side comparison going, to do a bit of research and figure out, where you're tripping up, no pun intended, but it's absolutely possible, completely possible. And if you spend 10, 20 minutes, setting that up, doing that, what you will walk into the next time you go into the gym with the actual knowledge of what went wrong and what to improve on will now probably lead you from having months and months and months of frustration with the double under to potentially just a couple of weeks of frustration. And even if you identify, let's say you've got 3 major faults or points of performance, if you can identify the kingpin there and just correct that one, just correcting that one might significantly improve your friendship with that darn jump rope. So it's a very worthwhile effort to set up that little deal, that little side-by-side video comparison analysis. It will go far. Let's see, and then put double under practice. Maybe you're not doing workouts with double unders that frequently, but put practice into your regime a little bit. You could do it in your warm-up every day, or maybe just 3 times a week if that's all you need. And it doesn't need to be this huge beatdown session where you're doing something for so long that you're not good at, and you don't enjoy, that you then lose interest in improving it. I think it's better to do small chunks of practice more regularly than one massive chunk of practice, wait a long time, massive chunk of practice. So instead of you doing 10 minutes of double under practice on Friday and 10 minutes of double under practice on Monday then Friday, I would rather see 2 minutes of practice every day. I think you would get far more out of that. And 2 minutes is very easy, just to say, hey, for the next 2 minutes I'm going to practice this. 2 minutes goes by and you are good to go. All right, so here's another thing that you can try on top of all that. And this is something that we do regularly, and I think it will work well for you. So a lot of time, I'll tell everybody at Linchpin, like, look, if you fall into the category that I just said, you've got single unders for days, but you don't have double unders, then what I would recommend is whatever workout it happens to be, when double unders come up, let's say it's 50 double unders, a 5-round workout or something like that. If 50 double unders would take you 5 minutes, well, that's going to really miss the mark of the intended stimulus of the workout when it was programmed. So we're just going to block off a set of time per round, and you're just going to practice your double unders for that set period of time in each round of that 5-round workout. And whether you get 1 double under or you get whatever the prescribed numbers, it doesn't matter. You're just going to practice for that set period of time, set the rope down, and then move on to the next workout, next movement. And that gives you, it's a finite window at least, right? Because you're not trying to get a certain number of double unders, which could take you potentially forever. You know that you're just going to be working for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, whatever it happens to be. And then you're moving on. So your workout doesn't become this double under nightmare. So In general terms, if somebody's very proficient at double unders and they're just nailing them, hitting them unbroken, people can do 100 in a minute. So, as a general rule, if you fall into that category of person that maybe you want to put some set blocks of double under attempts into a workout, I would say if a workout has 50 double unders, 5 rounds per time, 50 double unders per round, I would say give yourself 1 minute per round. Instead of the 50 double unders, you're just going to look at the clock and for 1 minute, do as many double under attempts as you can. You get a couple, you have a miss. Here's what you do if you have a miss. As easy as this is for me to say, it's probably hard to do. You don't let it get into your head. It doesn't matter. It's just a silly jump rope. Nothing happened to your life. It's relatively unimportant in the grand scheme of planet Earth. So you do some double unders, are going well. You have a trip, no big deal. You step your feet through, you reset, you go again. You trip immediately again. Who cares? You step through, you try it again. And just little by little, getting frustrated doesn't help double unders. You trip, reset, go. Trip, reset, go. And little by little, you'll trip less, you'll have to reset less, and you'll keep going, and you'll get more and more double unders in that set period of time. Let's say, for example, 1 minute, like I said, per 50. So let's take the workout that Megan mentioned the other day. Annie, classic CrossFit workout, fantastic workout, deceptively challenging, which are workouts that I like. So Annie is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 reps per time of a double under and a sit-up. So, with what I just said before, that if there's 50 double unders in a round, I would give the athlete a 1 minute window to attempt double unders before moving on. Well, that's when the reps stay consistent. So now we've got something like Annie, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. It would just be a pain in the butt, quite frankly, to say, okay, for the 50, you're going to do 1 minute of double under attempts, and then you're going to do 50 seconds of double under attempts for the 40, and then 35 seconds of double under attempts for the 30. Like, no one's going to remember what that is. It's going to get confusing. It's unnecessarily complicated. So for a workout like Annie, this might be a good thing to do for somebody struggling with double unders, is just massage it a little bit, change it a little bit, so that it works well for learning the double under, and you'll still get in the sit-up volume. So here's something that maybe you could do, because Annie comes out to 150 double unders and 150 sit-ups. So we're going to mess with the double under portion a bit, but we'll keep the sit-up volume overall what it is originally. So let's make Annie, instead of 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5 rounds for time of 1 minute of double under attempts and 30 sit-ups. That's our new Annie. It's nice, it's consistent, it's neat, it keeps the athlete on track, it's easy to follow, and that will allow them the opportunity to get better at the double under. Now you could sharpshoot that a little bit, right? And say, okay, but that's not really giving equal time distribution to the double unders and to the sit-ups, and I just kind of feel like if somebody really did Annie, they would spend less time on the double unders than that 5-round deal you just said of 1 minute of double under attempts and 30 sit-ups. True. We changed the workout. So the very second that we changed the workout, it was not exactly the same as the original workout. But what we did is we changed it intentionally. We changed it with the athlete in mind that needs extra practice and extra attention to double unders. And so that statement that, well, it seems a bit slanted to the double unders now, is a 100% true statement, because that's what this particular athlete needs. They need some nice, comfortable blocks in the workout that will allow them to work on a skill that they have struggled with in the past, but with some parameters to help keep them sane so they don't get overly frustrated. And you could apply that same general methodology or mindset to darn near any workout out there you found that had double unders. Or we could play this game with other movements as well that happen to cause you stress. Every now and then on Linchpin, I'll put one workout a week in that it says for time, and then in parentheses I'll say or not. Meaning, I think you should always be authorized to not run the clock if you so desire, but I'll put it in there once a week just to let people know, like, hey, maybe it is a workout like Annie. I think I actually did this for Annie, which it was 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 reps for time, parentheses, or not, of double unders and sit ups. And that was for people who maybe, if they didn't want to do that 5 rounder like I just said, they're like, nope, I'm going to do 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 today. But then just kind of letting them know, well, you can turn this day into a practice day without the pressure of the clock. Just shut the clock off and just try to make your peace with double unders. Might not be the most efficient way to do it. I kind of prefer the parameter style so you don't spend all day there. But there are multiple ways to get that done. And yeah, double unders just like anything else. Practice, practice, practice. If you have the capacity to jump a couple inches off the ground, keep your hands at your side and spin your wrists, you have the physical components needed to do double unders. What makes them so challenging and frustrating is the whole central nervous system, like we said, the coordination, accuracy, agility, and balance, the neurological components of those 10 general physical skills of CrossFit. And those are developed through practice. And so practice, practice is your absolute friend. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk later.